What is up, gang? Welcome back to the House Brewing Company YouTube channel, where following the Brewer versus Brewer competition, there's been a lot of conversation in the comments and in the Treehouse ether about recipe formulation and the types of things that we think about when we make a beer here at Treehouse. This is a very straightforward video. It's a short missive, so stay tuned. If you enjoy the content, please leave your thoughts down below. Consider subscribing. But I just have a few thoughts on my mind that pertain to the way that we think about making beer here at Treehouse that hopefully can bring you more confidence and excitement toward making your own homebrew when you're at home. I really just want to focus on the topic of simplicity. All of the 4 Brewer versus Brewer recipes are really simple. Straightforward stuff. And there's a penchant as you learn more and more at home to assume complexity. Or say, you know, if I just add this, if I use this yeast blend, somehow my beer is going to get better. And I'm literally begging you to go back to the drawing board, make a brand new beer, and keep things as simple as possible. I'm not saying like 4 grain ingredients and 2 hop blend. I'm saying like get yourself some base malt and get yourself a single hop variety and try to make a beer from that. Because frankly, most of the time, that's all you need. So whether you're a seasoned brewer or whether you're just starting out, I'm asking you to go to the drawing board and think about this and think about the way that you construct your recipes and try to keep things incredibly simple. Next thing I want to say is that when you're making a stout recipe, or if you're making a more complex beer recipe, when you're putting it together, aim on the lighter side of everything. So if the intention is to make, you know, a dark stout, and you're in this area where like you're saying to yourself, should I add more roast malt? Should I add more caramel malt? And to me, when you're making that recipe, when you're going through that design process, the answer is always no. Use less. This is very true for hoppy beers as well. So if you're designing a hoppy beer recipe and you're saying to yourself, should I add more flame out hops? Should I add more to the dry hop? Should I add more to the bitterness? And no, the answer is no. Start here, make that beer very intentionally, understand how it turns out, and then once you get the outcome, then you start to add. So when you're designing a beer, you'll have all the knowledge in the world, but the wisdom to be simple and the wisdom to take things away only comes with making thousands and thousands of batches. So that's another message that I want to give to you, is that there are no shortcuts when it comes to making great beer at home. You just have to gain the wisdom of creating these recipes, brewing them, iterating upon them, and then making your own singular improvements. So I don't really know why I wanted to make this video. I want to instill confidence in home brewers and even professional brewers who might be watching, that when you're thinking about, hey, how do I make a beer like Treehouse? The answer is it's probably a lot more simple than you think. It's a little bit straightforward. If you want to make a beer that's slightly orange, add a sprinkle of caramel malt. That's it. Yeah, that's all I have to say, guys. Keep your recipes simple, brew smartly, don't overdo it. Less is more. When in doubt, do I want to add more salt? Do I want to add more chloride, more gypsum? Do I want to add more in the dry hop? Do I want to add more roasted malt to this recipe? Will it be more complex if I add 17 specialty malts? The answer is you're probably going to make your beer worse, and make that recipe and your process as simple as possible and execute it perfectly, and your beer will likely get better. That's all for today, guys. I want to thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.